Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, hold on to your hats because the NFL landscape just got a little more interesting, and it's all centered around a potential blockbuster move that could redefine the Packers' plans for the upcoming season. Imagine a scenario where Green Bay pulls off a trade that not only bolsters their run game, but also signals a serious shift in their championship ambitions. Yes, I'm talking about the possibility, just the possibility, of Jonathan Taylor, the explosive and elusive running back from the Indianapolis Colts, landing in Green Bay. And folks, if this happens, it's going to be a game changer not just for the Packers, but for the entire NFC North. We've got the scoop, and I'm here to break down every angle of this potential blockbuster. So let's set the stage. The Colts, as many of you have heard, are currently in a bit of a rebuild mode. They're sitting at a 2-4 record as of mid-October, and their defense has been leaking points at an alarming rate, about 26 points per game. That's not good enough for a team with playoff aspirations, especially when their offense has struggled to keep pace. Indianapolis is clearly looking to reset, trying to free up cap space, about $5.9 million, and rebuild their roster with a fresh approach. They've got assets to move, and the name that's been floated around as a prime target for a trade is none other than Jonathan Taylor. Now, why Taylor? Well, for starters, he's a top 30 player according to ESPN, and his career numbers are nothing short of impressive. Over 200 carries, more than 500 rushing yards, 55 touchdowns, and a solid 5.1 yards per carry. That's the kind of production that can elevate any offense. And Taylor is not just a workhorse, he's a game changer. His ability to break tackles, an average of 45 per season, combined with his vision and speed, makes him a nightmare for defenses. In 2025, he's played 6 games, rushing 115 times for 603 yards and 7 touchdowns. His yards per carry are an impressive 5.2, and he averages 7.5 yards per contact, which is a testament to his elusiveness and contact balance. His PFF grade of 85.2 is among the best in the league, and his EPA per rush of +0. 28 shows how efficient he's been with the ball. Plus, he's been healthy with no significant injuries this season, and he's proven to be reliable in both the regular season and playoffs. Imagine the kind of boost that kind of production could give to a team like Green Bay, especially with a quarterback like Jordan Love, who's been steadily improving but could use that extra punch in the run game. Now, why would the Colts even consider trading Taylor? Well, besides their cap situation, which is less than ideal at $5.9 million, they're also trying to shed assets after a disappointing season. Their roster is in flux, and they're not optimistic about their chances in the AFC South, especially with the Jaguars and Titans improving and the Texans on the rise. And let's not forget, the Colts have their sights set on a rebuild, and sometimes that means letting go of players who are high-value assets but don't fit the long-term plan. Plus, the Colts are reportedly skeptical about their quarterback, Anthony Richardson, especially considering his EPA per rush of -0.12, which indicates some struggles in translating his rushing ability into consistent success. They're looking for a reset, and acquiring a player like Taylor, who can immediately impact the game, makes a lot of sense. And folks, that's where it gets really interesting for the Packers. Green Bay, with their current roster, is looking to make a serious push, and adding Taylor would be a statement move. It's not just about filling a need, it's about elevating the entire offense. Jonathan Taylor could be the piece that pushes the Packers from a solid team into serious contenders. Let's talk about the impact. With Taylor in the backfield, projections suggest he could easily surpass 400 rushing yards and 12 touchdowns in a full season, numbers that would instantly elevate Green Bay's run game to one of the best in the league. This is especially true considering the current state of their offense, which, despite some flashes, still needs that extra spark to become truly explosive. Jordan Love, who's been steadily growing as a quarterback, would benefit immensely from Taylor's presence. His EPA per rush would jump from around 0.22 to approximately 0.26, which means more efficient drives and more scoring opportunities. Taylor's ability to gain 2-0 yards per contact compared to the team's current numbers would also make a significant difference, giving Love more manageable third downs and helping extend drives. And let's not forget, Taylor has a knack for breaking tackles, about 1.9 more per game than their current options. Plus, he's highly effective in the red zone, boosting red zone efficiency by roughly 8%. All these factors combined could transform Green Bay's offense into a juggernaut, especially in a division that's trending towards competitive parity. And if we look at the bigger picture, this move could be a catalyst for a real Super Bowl run. The Packers' odds would skyrocket from plus 750 to around plus 400, making them serious contenders in the eyes of Las Vegas. Plus, the potential for playoff success would increase by about 20%, especially considering how much Taylor can elevate the run game and help control time of possession. His addition would be reminiscent of the impact Derrick Henry had during his prime in Tennessee, an absolute force that defenses had to game plan around. Green Bay's defense, which is currently allowing around 18 points per game, would also benefit from more possessions and a more balanced attack. Now I know what some of you are thinking. The Colts don't exactly look eager to part ways with Taylor immediately, and they might want to hold out for a bigger return or wait until closer to the trade deadline. But if the Packers can leverage some draft capital, like a second-round pick in 2026 and maybe a player like Emmanuel Wilson, who's been promising as a young running back, they could make this deal happen. Emmanuel Wilson, for those who follow the draft and young talent, has shown flashes of potential and could be a valuable piece in the rebuild. The Colts, on the other hand, get a decent return that helps them build for the future, while the Packers get a proven star in the backfield who could be the missing piece for that Super Bowl push. And speaking of Super Bowl aspirations, let's talk about the bigger picture. If Green Bay were to acquire Taylor, their chances of making a deep playoff run would increase significantly. The team would look more dynamic, more unpredictable, and more capable of controlling the tempo of games. It's about building a team that can compete not just in the NFC North, but across the NFC and beyond. The Packers have been quietly improving under Jordan Love, and now with a player like Taylor, they could take that next step and re-establish themselves as true contenders. Their revamped offense, combined with their solid defense, could make them a nightmare for any team in the postseason. Now, I want to highlight a couple of key comparisons here. If you put Taylor side by side with other top running backs, his success rate of 35%, his yardage and his success in the playoffs, averaging about 120 yards per game, are impressive. When you compare him to other elite backs like Derrick Henry or even recent superstars, Taylor holds his own and often exceeds expectations. Adding him to the Packers' offense would be akin to the 2021 season when they made strategic trades and acquisitions that propelled them to a deep playoff run, and ultimately, the NFC Championship game. That kind of strategic move is exactly what Green Bay needs to push past the hurdles they faced in previous seasons. Moreover, the potential impact on the division is huge. The Lions, currently leading the NFC North, would have to contend with a Packers team that's now armed with one of the league's most explosive backs. That plus 20% win probability in the playoffs could translate into more wins in the regular season, pushing Green Bay higher in the standings and making it even harder for rivals to catch up. The NFC North is shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions in recent memory, and the addition of Taylor could be the catalyst that tilts the balance in favor of Green Bay. So, in conclusion, this trade scenario, while still hypothetical, is packed with potential. The Colts are looking at a rebuild. They want to free up cap space and assets, and the Packers are looking to solidify their roster around a quarterback who is still ascending. Taylor's proven production, health, and ability to impact every facet of the game make him a perfect fit for Green Bay's ambitions. It's a move that could redefine their future, elevate their Super Bowl chances, and send shockwaves through the NFC North. The NFL is always full of surprises, and this one, if it happens, could be one of the most exciting stories of the upcoming season. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you believe Taylor is the missing piece? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing him don that green and gold? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more breaking news, and all the latest on your favorite team. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, go Pack Go.